Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven. We're going to be continuing our pattern of going through our completed quests, picking up the remaining treasure chests, and this time we're going to be going to the Burning Mountain, visiting the Inox's burning home and seeing what can be salvaged. Now there is still a treasure chest here. I think this is where we got the mountain hammer from, so I'm going to be interested to see how this actually plays out. I might be mistaken with that. It's been a while since we played it. We're going to do a city encounter first, as always. Stop struggling! You're coming with me and there's nothing you can do about it! Ahead of you in the street, you can see a pair of guards scuffling with a young boy dressed in rags. You snatch purses, you go to the Ghost Fortress, no way around that! But my family's starving, the boy cries. You recognise his voice from some of your dealings in the sunken market. He's given you helpful tips for mercenary work on a number of occasions. Yeah, let's help the boy. You entreat the guards to let the boys go, but they're unmoved. With further pressing, they agree to do so only if you pay his criminal fine. Guards cuff the boy's ear and set him free, so that's cost us 10 gold. Jeez. Well, Horsat's not paying. Scarlax you can pay most. Yeah, that works. That works. I mean, it's not good anyway, but maybe it'll come back and benefit us in the future. Off to the Burning Mountain. A rustling in a nearby thicket stops you in your tracks. You crouch down and assume a defensive stance. Suddenly, a tiny ball of fur with short stubby legs leaps out at you. It barks at you twice in an ineffectual high-pitched tone and then begins to wag its tail. You relax your weapons. What is such a small defenseless puppy doing out in the wilderness? Yeah, let's take it and bring it back to Gloomhaven. You sigh and lift the puppy into your arms. It barks happily and licks your face. This will surely prove a distraction in your upcoming battle, but once you get back to Gloomhaven, you should be able to find it a nice home. So we get 3 -1 attack modifiers in our deck and +1 reputation. Scarlax can carry the dog. It'll be fine.
Following the Inox, you find a pair of...
We've gone through all this before, so Scarlax ends on maximum health. I don't remember if there's any traps, but we'll go for neutralizer and hoarder. We are after the treasure chest. That's our primary objective. Anything else is an added bonus, especially if it's gold. Right, so with this one, when we kill elites, the doors open. So we really want to be doing wounds on the elites. Now these guys have got retaliate, which is pretty nasty in itself, and it's a range of 3 no less. So we want to ideally be getting wounds on them or doing damage that ignores their stuff. So don't remember if stunning actually stops them. Might do. We want the mind's weakness, definitely. In addition to that, Perverse Edge could get a stun off, and it'll actually be a good test to find out if stunning these stops the retaliation. I don't think it will stop it, but it'll be good to find out. Over here, we really want trample on the guy up to the right, because it's going to put a wound on him and potentially do some damage. So we need something that's going to move us 2 in. bonus points if it also does something worthwhile. Yeah, let's brute force and trample. We'll be able to make that work. And over here, I think we're going to want enhancement field and reviving shock. Try and do as much damage as possible as quickly as possible. Oh, they're all moving slowly. So there's our enhancement. Let's try and get the stun off. Yeah. So even putting the stun in, we're still going to take damage. Worth it though. Taking 2 damage as opposed to 4 damage. And we're not going to bother getting Perverse Edge back at this point. Let's pierce through. We'll do everything we can. Okay, it's a good start. Now this thing is going to move 2 and then attack at range. So it's going to step back pretty much whichever way we go. No point in us doing more than just getting a bit of shield on. Yeah, let's try and maximize the damage on him. We're going to take 3 retaliate, but youch, that was painful. Get the healing potion in. It's a good start though. It's a good start. Yeah, skip the push because we're going to want to potentially getting close to him. And it's a little painful. The immobilize is annoying. But overall, that's not too bad. Right, we need to start getting in and doing some damage to this guy. 1, 2, 3, yeah, so Mass Hysteria is nice. But we're going to want to move as well. Empathetic Assault will get us a little bit of healing. Let's do that. Over here, do we have anything else that could pierce? Not really. At least not that's worthwhile. We could get Warding Strength on and just kind of like tank it and move up towards the door. And we could do our own Retaliate. So eye for an eye. And we won't Warding Strength actually. We'll... I think it's only going to do ranged bits. So that's not actually going to be that good. So definitely Warding Strength, but we'll hook and chain and do some damage on these guys. Down here, Restorative Mist would get you healing yourself. Do we have anything that attacks on the bottom? Actually, we could use Volatile Concoction. So you're definitely tanking down here. Ooh, yeah, that's a bit painful. Let's do the moving in first. We're going to take the retaliate damage, but getting a muddle on these guys is going to be advantageous. And you know what? I'm going to get back Empathetic Assault. And the other cards for good measure. And heal up. So definitely not the most useful turn. That was good. That was less good, but we've got the heat shield. The wounds are annoying. Put the warning strength on. And I think I'll pull you in. Oh wow, amazing. Yeah, come across. Painful, good time to use the ring. Immobilized again. That's not too bad. Okay, Empathetic Assault will get us a bit of healing and allow us to move next to this guy. And Perverse Edge will allow us to... no, not Perverse Edge. If we use Perverse Edge this turn to stun him, then we can do just like another attack against the chap next to us. Let's use Into the Night for that. Over here, we want... Don't care about reinvigorating ourselves at the moment. Toxic Bolt will get a poison on the chap next to us, and we could net shoot it to back away and leave him. We can't move away. Can't move away. So, yeah, Toxic Bolt for now. And Flamethrower for the shield. Over here, Eye and I will heal us up. Spare Dagger will allow us to attack. So there's that stun. Unfortunate. Go after the big one. We're gonna have to switch our Toxic Bolt over to this side, but that's fine. Ooh, an extra target. It works. Flame Demon is doing its thing. +2. That is quite painful. It will die next turn, so we can ignore it. Okay, you need to heal up. So that's that Empathetic Assault, and Frigid Apparition will allow us to stun it. We are just going for maximum slow damage at this point. You're not immobilized anymore, so Hook Gun and Ink Bomb will allow us to potentially attack it and then move on. If we move you slowly, you can do some looting on the way through. Get that healing on. And the stun, 6 attack. Biff. Yeah, let's jump like this. Although we could use the boots actually. Sure. I'll make balance measure more powerful. We use the jagged sword because we can always do a rest at some point. Cool, that is our first door opened. Let's start looting. Yeah, we've got some trouble with these guys. We need to get some wounds on them. And potentially use the traps to our advantage. We got anything that can like push around? Not on you. But yeah, I mean, none of them are amazing. Hostile takeover range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we could move in and use hostile takeover to block him off, basically. Skirmishing maneuver and skewer over here. One, 2, 3, 4. It'd be good to have someone on this side to start damaging these. I think keeping the team together is probably going to be sensible, because we are looking to push all the way through with the traps right there. The thing though, that's, I mean, these are big traps. These are big traps. Okay, let's go slowly. Let's go reinvigorating elixir and crank bow, and we'll do some healing. How much are these? They're going to move 3 or 2, so that's fine actually. If we go to there. And get you just immobilized. That's not going to be enough, actually. Yeah, if I want that, we're already gonna have to be close enough. So I think this is Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. We're not going to be able to get where I want and to do the shot that I want. How are you doing in terms of cards? It's a good time to use this, but would need to be adjacent. So that's also not going to happen. Let's move in and we'll get some healing on the Mind Thief. Ooh, actually, we could have used our boots. No, because we would need to be adjacent at the start of the turn. It's a very specific tactical card, that. Alright, over here. Let's do a short rest. Sure, we'll lose skewer. Hook and chain will allow us to pull this guy down. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best plan. So hook and chain pulls him in, and spare dagger would get us another attack on him. Or we hook and chain him in, and then we get spare dagger allows us to do an attack and put a wound on. Or trample gets the... Well, no, we'll do trample next turn. Let's start with the small one. But yeah, hook and chain is the right way to go. Hook and chain and then spare dagger. So if we're going to end up with something in here, go slightly slower than 27. That would give us an advantage. Net shooter stun shot. It's not going to be quick, but there's not really much we can do there. Move to here and then get the stun shot off. That kind of works. Hey, and we got a wound on him. Amazing. I could not have asked for better there. Right. Let's pull you. This is going to do 5 damage to him and apply a wound. He's coming in close, isn't he? There's that warding strength helping out. Right, let's get the advantage on. And unfortunately, The rest of our turn is wasted. Okay, you're going to do a short rest over here. Ooh. Yeah, we'll lose Withering Claw. Okay, we can keep him stunned with Perverse Edge. And... that's nice and all, but... it would be better for us to be able to move in and start doing proper close combat. So let's assume Frigid Apparition and Empathetic Assault. No, not Frigid Apparition. Let's go Hostile Takeover, because this is going to allow us to stun him next turn. And Empathetic Assault to move in. Skirmishing Maneuver is nice, but we need to move in first. We really want to be using Trample to pierce through. So let's say Brute Force and Trample. Down here, you can take a short rest. Short will lose Net Shooter. We want to move in a little bit. We could stun him with Stun Shot this turn. And then Restorative Mist will allow us to move in and heal both of these guys. I like that. Let's mobilize you. We're gonna move in and up. There's that stun. We could go all the way to here, but then unfortunately Horsat's not going to be able to step in, and we do need him to. Oh, actually we can use Boots of Striding. Let's get through to the other side. It's good enough. Here's the big hit. All right, that's pretty good. We do have a lot of damage that we need to do to it. Okay, what can we do? Perverse Edge will stun him and it'll allow us to attack up close. Feedback Loot will actually let's go Frigid Apparition for our actual attack and Brain Leech for the advantage. This is much better. Over here, Toxic Bolt seems like a good, smart move, and Volatile Concoction will get some on the card back. Or we could move and we could use Hook Gun. Let's use Reinvigorating Elixir to move, and we'll use Hook Gun to pull him onto this. I like that much better. Over here, Skirmishing Maneuver makes a lot of sense. We'd have to roll lucky to get through that defense. And eye for an eye for a bit of healing. Okay, get the advantage, get the poison on him. Okay, that helps. That makes everything a bit easier. And we are going to stun this guy. And disarm him, because why the hell not? Get all of the... And muddle. How many mods can you get on one mob? So this is exactly equal to his armor at the moment. Unfortunate. And that's doubly unfortunate. But what we can do is we can move to here. Pull this guy straight onto the trap.
The Savas gathered in this back chamber as their last stand. A number of them lie around the area, their bodies mangled, and a throne occupies the room's center. And atop it sits the body of a regal Savas, holding a hammer and a helmet. Scorched into the wall behind.
So yeah, getting in and getting that is going to be tricky, but not impossible. So feedback loop will be good for next turn. We could do Perverse Edge and Mass Hysteria to move in and get some stunning going. Reviving Shock and Enhancement Field over here feels like a good plan. And I think you kind of need to move forwards a bit. So let's do these. Oh, the stone golems are pulling people around quite quickly. That was not exactly the way that I intended it to go. That was the wrong move. Well, the wrong ability. Gonna use that warding strength. And we're immobilized now, so we're gonna have to fight this fight. Nice wound. Even more nice wound. You know what? Just take that damage. Yeah, that flame demon's not going anywhere. Oh, wait. What? Range 5. Ow. Yeah, we'll use the ring for that. That was actually more painful than I expected. Yay, tiny bit of damage. And we're immobilized, so we can't actually move away. Okay, well, you're going to have to do this fight and then go invisible. Over here, I think... Toxic Bolt and possibly Shield. I mean, getting the flamethrower in both of those would be really handy, but I'm aware of the fire demons. We'll do a short rest down here. Leap and cleave, sure, we'll lose that. So we're going to get a trample on you. We can actually get eye for an eye to do a little bit of healing on ourselves at the same time. Oh, they're going to get their retaliate going quickly. That's alright. Try and take out the elite. And then go invisible. And I think we're going to focus on the elite. Because he's not going to last too much longer. It is going to open up the other door, but that's fine. Right, and the brute. This is going to injure us, but that was so worth it. Get some healing on, mate. And now we're sort of going to play keep away with this guy. Yep, take the 2 damage. More immobilizing. It's never fun, but... we can tank it. Okay, short rest. Oh, I do like feedback loop, but we'll take it out. We want brain leech and hostile takeover, I think. That'll allow us to take him out and that one. Over here, Crankbow, Ink Bomb, you're going to be moving super slowly. We're looking to move away. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could hook and chain to move through. And then spare dagger to attack. It's finally moving. We really want to get a wound on these guys. They are so dangerous. Try and get him killed, please. Thank you. strengthen on ourselves. No, I want the non-advantaged ones so we get the frost element. That's what I want. Oh, actually, I could move to here. And I could pull him through this. That is a smarter move. Come this way. Hook and chain on you. He's gonna die. He's gonna die on his turn. Pull him onto the trap. He'll end up on 1 health and then he'll bleed out. So what damage we can do, and we can't move because we're immobilized. Ow. Painful, but it's fine. Empathetic Assault will allow us to move and heal a little bit. And then Frigid Apparition will allow us to get a decent strike. Over here it's going to be a short rest. I'd love to get the flamethrower on these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd need to move 5 in order to do that though. So it might have to wait until next turn. Reinvigorating Elixir will allow us to heal up ourselves. Volatile Concoction will allow us to restore some cards. And Skirmishing Maneuver will allow us to move in a bit if we've got something else. Yeah. Skirmishing Maneuver and Brute Force. You know what? Don't bother with the stun. Step in and heal up a bit. At this point, we're just effectively double moving with a bit of shield. Okay. Give you back 2 cards. He'll take Empathetic Assault and Frigid Apparition. And have some solid healing. Because you are going to get hit by that. That's alright, we can heal up the wound from it next turn with Empathetic Assault. Ow! Yeah, let's just burn Mass Hysteria for that, because that was insanely painful. Okay, Okay, empathetic assault will allow us to move in. We could move directly onto... No, we don't want to do that just yet. Frigid Apparition, let's get the attack on it. I need to be in much closer. So let's get Stun Shot and Crank Bow. It's going to have to be a short rest over here. But what we could do is, bearing in mind that these guys have got Retaliate, we want to get a trample on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can hook and chain to move in, and then we can get a trample. These guys are going to attack 3, range 5. It's not too bad. It heals up our wound. It's a good start. It's a good start. Now, if you can get to here. We'll get the stun off on this guy. You know what? Let's burn Hook Gun at this point. I think we should be okay with this. We can step in with Hook and Chain. Get the double attack going here to get wounds on. We only take 1 lot of retaliation damage. Okay, we can use Into the Night to do the loot. We'll do Perverse Edge to move us on, and then we'll loot everything around there. So Scarlax is going to get a lot of stuff from this. Over this side. I'm really tempted to actually just kind of like tank it up. So Spare Dagger and Brute Force. We can move in, get a little bit of shield, and that'll be fine. Over here, Restorative Mist on ourselves. And Enhancement Field, actually. Okay, step in. Do the full loot. Hammer the Mountain and the Mountain Hammer. And 18 gold. That's really, really nice. So Enhancement Field. This is mostly for our champion standing in front in case he does want to do an attack. It's probably not worth it, actually. There's our shield. And yeah, for the 3 retaliate, we'll just skip that. Tanky, tanky. Okay, I think we'll do a short rest over here, and then we're going to start on our way out. So, Empathetic Assault will get us down to here, and Hostile Takeover could be good for getting like the Immobilize on. It's not a bad plan. Ink Bomb is attack 4. So it's not a bad plan, but I think we want to come through and start fighting this guy. So we're using Bomb for the move and Flamethrower just to kind of like pad things out. And you're doing both of these. It's 2 turns until this guy dies, so we don't need to tank too much. Now, because we've healed up, we can actually get away with doing this in order to get Frost up. Which may come in useful next turn for doing stun or recovery or any number of things. You know what? Push it back. Come to here and get the gold. Ooh, we could actually get a flame on him. Get a wound going. That is not a bad idea. No, it's not close enough. Undo. Skip attack. It would have been a good idea if we were in the right place. Okay, it's going to be a short rest down here. No, we don't want to lose Flamethrower. We'll lose Crankbow. That's fine. Because we're going to use Flamethrower on this guy, I think. We will use Volatile Concoction. And Flamethrower, and I hope that this guy actually comes a bit closer. You can take a short rest. Ooh, don't want to lose Skirmishing Maneuvers. Lose Spare Dagger, that's fine. Look and Chain will allow us to move in and Trample. Okay, I think we're all good. Literally coming in, doing what we can, but we are miles away. This has got the potential to be good. Charge on in. Big hit. I like that. Get the trample on him as well. Get the wound going. And he's going to bleed out on his turn. Okay, so now we actually have to make a tactical choice to step back and help the Mine Thief with card efficiency. Oh, which we're not quite going to be able to do because we are one space too far away. We'll have to do this carefully in the future. That's okay because the Tinkerer can basically just follow behind. Okay, you're going to have to do a short rest. And we'll do Into the Night and Frigid Apparition to move 2 spaces forwards. Over here, I want Volatile Concoction back. So we're going to do a short rest. Please Flamethrower. And we're going to go just after. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's just after or if it's quite a bit after. Down here, you may as well just make your way to the exit. Because the Tinkerer's got enough cards, so we can afford to do this pretty much every turn. Okay, Perverse Edge into the night. You're going to do another short rest. Nope. That's the one we lose. So we'll give you another Volatile Concoction. Down here you can just make your way across, maybe grab some of the other gold. Okay, so step in here. May as well loot what you can. Have back a card. This has actually done a lot for the ability of the Mine Thief to get out. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. And the Mine Thief has got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. It's going to be pretty tight anyway. Okay, so you're doing that. That will get you to there. You can actually move in. Let's get Ink Bomb as the actual move. That's going to allow us to move past. We can do a short rest. Actually, if we finish with Frigid Apparition, it could be really good. Because that'll allow us to move out. We just need to make sure that we don't burn Frigid Apparition. Let's get the healing on, because Scarlax's ability, perk quest is to finish on maximum health. And we'll get more gold as we come through. Okay, it's going to have to be a short rest. Do not lose Frigid Apparition. Nope. Sure. Okay, I want you to have a short rest now as well. And we're going to get Volatile Concoction used. And Restorative Mist, why not? Okay, you can get back Empathetic Assault, although you can get out next turn, so it's no longer important. Do we want to go grab that? Nah. So the brute's back at the entrance. Empathetic Assault, Frigid Apparition. Over here, Ink Bomb 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we can do it. You can just long rest over here, actually. Actually, we need to be one to the side. Look at this. Everyone made it. We didn't achieve every objective, but we did a pretty damn good showing, I'd say. And you can finally lose Brute Force. Total victory! Well, almost total victory. That went well, and 2 personal quests achieved. Very happy about that. So that's actually given us another available perk for Scarlax. Putting a stun in seems like a really nice idea at this point. Let's do that. Because stun is just incredibly powerful. Then we'll probably want another consistency, and then we'll want dust, and then this will be just insanely good. 3 gold short of Horzak getting that upgrade that we wanted. But overall, I'd say this has gone pretty well. We're going to carry on doing these other like side quests, getting items and things. Just a reminder, what Scarlax actually got from that. Go to the merchant. I think it was the... Was it the helmet? We should have had the... Maybe we didn't get to keep it because we replayed it. Which is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't feel sad about that. It does lead to the question whether Was there another chest that I missed? Maybe I'm going to have to watch the footage back and see if I've missed something obvious. Alright, well, regardless of that, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven. See you soon.